everyone and welcome back. Today I want to share with you my Pan That palette update for the month of June. I am a little bit early, but I do have quite a bit of progress. I've been working really hard on my Naked 2 palette, and I decided to share with you how I'm doing so I can move on to a different combination of eyeshadows and kind of start to work on new goals for the month of July. So if you haven't been following this, I will have the intro for the project in the top of the screen right now, so you can check it out and see why I decided to not only pan the Naked 2 palette, but also try to hit pan in as many shades as I can in the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. So let's get started. As always, I'm going to put close-ups so you can see the progress compared to last month, and hopefully you can also see not only the ones that I finished this month, but also the update and the progress that I have on the rest of the shades, at least on the Naked 2 that I've been working so hard on. I mentioned that it's not one of my favorite palettes. I even have a video talking about the 5 things that I just can't put up with the Naked 2 palette. It's just 5 things that really bother me about it. And if you missed it, I'll also have that on the top of the screen right now. Now the first shade is the color Foxy. Again, it doesn't really show that much progress, but that's okay. I will continue to use it as a base for the eyeshadows. The next one is the one that I really work on hard this month, and it's the color Half Baked. I completely finished that shade. I had a perfect combination of eyeshadows with another one that I finished this month, and I'll talk about it in just a few more minutes, but I am glad that I finished that shade. I'm excited to move on to the darker shades because I think it's going to get a little bit tricky from now on, and also since we are in summertime I tend to use different colors, so I wanted to make sure that I could finish that gold now that it's still the time, you know, that I like to use gold. The next shade I already finished some time ago, and it's the color Booty Call, so I didn't have to work on it this month. The next shade I have a little bit more progress. This is the color Chopper, but truth be told, if I started to focus on Chopper and the color Half Baked, I wasn't going to be able to finish the color Half Baked. So I kind of ignored a little bit of Chopper until I completely finished Half Baked, and now I started to use it a little bit more. So yes, you can see a little bit more progress, but nothing too crazy or that would indicate that I can finish this shade. I think I still have quite a bit. The next one is another shade that I finished again in a previous update, and it's the color Tease, so I didn't have to work on it. The next one is the color Snakebite. Yes, again, I do have progress on that shade, but it's nothing amazing or nothing that I would, and I haven't been using it that much either. I've been using it in the outer corner whenever I want to create a little bit more contrast, but I haven't used it that much. I've been concentrating on the shades that I wanted to finish because I feel like whenever I see my palettes getting empty, it's when I get that urge to use them every single day, and I don't really want to skip a day, which is something that happens when I have the palette completely full. The next shade is a Suspect. Again, it does have a little bit of progress, but not too much, and I will have to find a perfect look, and that's why I wanted to create this video, share it with you guys in order to start to concentrate on the shades that I know are going to be tricky, and it's going to take me maybe 5 or 6 different looks that I'll have to go through in order to find the one that I like. Then for this month I also finished another shade, and it's probably not a surprise. I've been working on this shade for a long time, and this is the color Pistol. At the beginning I thought that I didn't like that shade. I thought that it wouldn't go with my warm skin tone, and once I started to use it I realized that it's beautiful if you use it with, and if you're trying to finish this palette and you have a warm undertone. I love how it looks in the center of the lid, and all around it put warm colors, oranges, reds, you know, even if you have some of the Anastasia, I think the Modern Renaissance, I did use all of the reddish matte colors there to use up whatever was left with Pistol. I also put always on top the color Half Baked in a couple of layers, and that combination was beautiful. It was something that I wanted to wear every single day if I could, and that helped me to finish it. Yeah, it does have a little bit in the corners. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna call it done. The next shade is Verve, and again, a little bit of progress, but not too much. I didn't concentrate on it, but I know it's going to be a hard shade. So even though I've been using it more of a spotlight effect in the center of the lid, I know that it's going to give me a little bit of trouble because I'll have to find the perfect way to use it. Then the next shade, I already finished it again in a previous update, which is the color Decay. The next one is Busted. I did use Busted a lot this month, and I feel like it doesn't really show how much I've used it. Yes, I do have pan. Yes, it does look like I use up a little bit of this product, but I use it more than any other shade, and that's how much, how much progress I have. What I've been doing with this one is using it as a base for the color Half Baked in some other looks, and also I've been using it wet. So if there's any kind of progress, I feel like it looks more used because of using it wet than because I use it every single day, but it's probably because it's dark and I don't need that many layers. Finally, from the Naked 2, I have the color Blackout, and it does have a line. I've been using it as an eyeliner. I have it as an eyeliner today, and that's why you can see that line. I don't know how far I am from the pan, but I will continue to use it that way, and hopefully I can show some kind of pan soon, because again, that is the only kind of product that I'm using as an eyeliner. Every once in a while I switch it out, but I always set it with that color. Then I have almost hidden pan on the Vice 2 palette, and I've hit pan on another color, and I'm just going to show you those two colors because I didn't work on the rest of the shades. The one that I think I'm almost to the point of hitting pan is the color Madness, and it has like a little circle in the center because I've been using it for detail work like I have today in the lid area. I didn't want to create something that it was going to go above the crease, so I've been using a very small and detailed brush to apply it in that specific area of the lid where I want the pop of color. Then the one that I did hit pan is the color Strike, as you can see right there, and that is the one that I've been using in the inner corner, and combining that color with other colorful shades here, it really helps kind of tone them down and not make them so dramatic. So this far, I feel like I am a little bit more encouraged because of the progress that I have in the Naked 2 palette. I know that it's going to be different for everyone just because we use makeup in different ways and different days of the week and how often we use it. But I also feel like in my case, the Naked 2 palette, it kind of changed the consistency too much to the point that there's no return. So sometimes I have to add more layers, sometimes I lose a little bit of product because of fallout. But I am actually glad that that's going on because I can see more progress, and that's all that matters. The other choice would be just to get rid of it, but I think that at this point I've realized that I can do it, and I will continue to pan this palette until the end of the year and hopefully finish. If not, I'll be very close, but the darker shades are getting me very nervous. So anyways, I hope that you're doing great with your Pan That palette. Let me know how you're doing. If you're encouraged because we're in June and how far you are. If you're discouraged, the palette that you chose, if you're doing the Naked 2, I know some of you are doing the Naked 2. And if you have any tips for me for the shades that I'm trying to finish, please let me know in the comments. Somebody told me about using a black shade under the color Verve, and that's what I think I'm going to start with and try to make it work that way, and hopefully I don't know, get a little bit more use out of that. So thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you on my next one.